My name's Susanna Greeves. I'm the curator of Alien Shores at White Cube Bermondsey. This is an exhibition about landscape, but these are places that we couldn't visit. They're landscapes that exist in the mind rather than any physical geography. Throughout the show, there are themes of distance, the distance of time, of memory, of imagination, of exile. And that's why the show is subtitled Landscape Once Removed, because this is nature filtered by abstraction or art history or mythology or technology. From the first moment of the show, we feel the ground shifting under our feet. Land becomes unstable. Colours are vivid and hallucinatory. Plants are alien and unnatural. The laws of nature seem to be reversed. Gravity loses its grip. These could be visions of the distant past or of possible futures. Every depiction of landscape reflects the society that created it, the cultural values, the politics of land. That's true from the Romantics to the Hudson River School to the Chinese and Korean traditions of landscape painting. And in fact, we see many of the artists in the show tangling with those historical forebears. Surveying the genre of landscape today, we might diagnose a crisis of connection. As urban and digitized beings increasingly consuming a mediated, commodified version of nature, and at the same time confronting an environmental catastrophe of our own making, our relationship to nature is increasingly one of anxiety and nostalgia and alienation. This estrangement is reflected in the aesthetic strategies at work in the exhibition by which nature is made strange, held at a distance. Yet at the same time, there's a countercurrent of yearning and of connection. Artists who present a transcendent spiritual vision of nature or an emotional reading of landscape that is intended as a kind of healing. The persistent call of landscape as a genre to artists surely reflects the fact that our estrangement is very recent in our history as a species and not something absolute. Images of landscape have been implicated in claims of ownership, but there's a different sense of belonging that emerges in the works in the show. Contemporary life is mobile, whether that's by choice or circumstance, through displacement or migration or exile. Artists are using landscape as a kind of symbolic or emotional terrain through which they can negotiate narratives of ancestral, cultural, personal identity. There are no humans anywhere in the exhibition, and yet our absence seems to beg the question, where do we stand in relation to these visions of nature that are only in the mind or in the virtual, in pre-human pasts or post-apocalyptic futures? By reaching for new forms of landscape, the artists in the exhibition are attempting to ask who we are, where we've come from, and where we might be going.